everyone. In this series talk, we are going to be looking at the Humphrey series, and it's written by Betty B. And in this series, we get to see the world according to how Humphrey the hamster sees it. So if you've ever wondered what your pet hamster thinks about the world, well, this might give you a little peek into it. But let me read you the back of the book. And it says, you can learn a lot about life by observing another species. That's what Humphrey was told when he was first brought to room 26. And boy, is it true. In addition to his classroom escapades, each weekend he gets to sleep over with a different student, like Lower Your Voice, AJ, and Speak Up, Sachet. Humphrey learns to read, write, shoot rubber bands, but only in self-defense, of course, and much more. With a lock that doesn't lock, adventures galore, Humphrey's life would be absolutely perfect. If only the teacher, Mrs. Brisbane, wasn't out to get him. All right, so let's read chapter 1 and see if this is a series that you might be interested in checking out. There's a total of 15 chapters, so it's not too bad. About 150 pages. So chapter 1, The Return of Miss Brisbane. Today was the worst day of his life. Miss Mack left room 26 of Longfellow School for good, and that's bad. Worse yet, Mrs. Brisbane came back. Until today, I didn't even know that there was a Mrs. Brisbane. Lucky me. Now I want to know, what was Miss Mack thinking? She must have known that soon she'd be leaving without me, and that Miss Brisbane would come back to room 26 and I'd be stuck with her. I still love Miss Mack more than any human or hamster on earth. But what was she thinking? You can learn a lot about yourself by taking care of another species, she told me on the way home the other day she got me. You'll teach those kids a thing or two. That's what she was thinking. I don't think she was thinking very clearly. I'm never going to squeak to her again. Of course, I'll probably never see her again because she's gone. But if she comes back, I'm not even going to look at her. I know that last sentence didn't make sense. It's hard to make sense when your heart is broken. On the other hand, until Miss Mack arrived, I was going nowhere down at the Pet-O-Rama. My days were spent sitting around looking at a bunch of furry animals in cages just like mine. We were treated all right. Regular meals, clean cages, music piped in all day. And over the music, Carl, the store clerk, would answer the phone. Open 9 to 9, 7 days a week. Corner of 5th and Adler next to the Dairy Name. Back then, I feared I'd never see 5th and Adler, much less the Dairy Name. Sometimes I see human eyes and noses, not always as clean as they should be, poking up against the glass. Nothing ever came of it. The children were excited to see me, but the parents usually had other ideas. Oh, come see the fishes, Cornelia. So colorful and so much easier to take care of than a hamster, Mama might say. Or no, Norbert, they have the cutest little puppies over here. After all, a dog is a boy's best friend. So there we were, hamsters, gerbils, mice, and guinea pigs. Not nearly as popular as the fish, cats, or dogs. I suspected that I'd be spinning my wheel at Pet-O-Rama forever. But once Miss Mack carried me out the door a short 6 weeks ago, my life changed. Fast. I saw Fifth, I saw Adler, I saw the Dairy Maid with the statue of a cow and an apron outside. I was dozing when she first came to Pet-O-Rama, as I do during the day, because hamsters are more active at night. Hello, a warm voice awoke in me. When I opened my eyes, I saw a mass of bouncy black curls, a big happy smile, huge dark eyes. She smelled of apples. It was love at first sight. Aren't you the bright-eyed one, she said. And might I return the compliment, I replied. Of course, it came out, squeak, 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 as usual. Miss Mack opened her purse with the big pink and blue flowers on it. I'll take him, she told Carl. He's obviously the most intelligent and handsome hamster you have, Carl grunted. Then Miss Mack picked up a respectable cage. Okay, not the 3-story pagoda I had my eye on, but a nice cage. And soon, amid squeals of encouragement from my friends in the small pet department, from the teeniest white mouse to the lumbering chinchilla, I left Petorama with high hopes. We sped down the street in Miss Mack's bright yellow car. She called it a bug, but I could see it was really a car. She carried my cage up the stairs to her apartment. We ate apples, we watched TV, she let me run around outside my cage. She gave me my very own name, Humphrey. And she told me all about room 26, where I'd be going the next morning. And since you are an intelligent hamster who is going to school, I have a present for you, Humphrey, she said. Then she gave me a tiny little notebook and a teeny little pencil. I got these for you at the doll store, she explained. She tucked them behind my mirror where no one can see them except me. Of course, it might be a while before you learn to read and write, she continued. But you're smart, and I know you'll catch on fast. Little did she know, I could already make out some of the words from my long, boring days at Petorama. Words like chew toys, kibbles, pooper scoopers. Remember, a hamster is grown up at about 5 weeks old. So if I could learn all the skills I need for life in 5 weeks, how long could it possibly take me to learn to read? I'll tell you, a week. Yep, in a week I can read and even write a little with that tiny pencil. In addition to schoolwork, I learned quite a bit about the other students in room 26, like lower your voice, AJ, and speak up, Sashay, and wait for the bell, Garth, and Golden Miranda. Even after I found out her name is really Miranda Golden, I thought of her as Golden Miranda because of her long blonde hair. After all, I am a golden hamster. Yes, life in room 26 suited me well during the day. My cage had all the comforts a hamster could ask for. I had bars on the window to protect me from my enemies. I had a little sleeping house in one corner where no one could see me or bother me. There was my wheel to spin on. Of course, a lovely pile of nesting materials. My mirror came in handy to check my grooming and to hide my notebook. In one corner, I kept my food. The opposite corner was my bathroom mirror because hamsters like to keep their poo away from their food. Who doesn't? All my needs were taken care of in one convenient cage. At night, I went home from school with Miss Mack and we watched TV or listened to music. Sometimes Miss Mack played her bongo drums. She made a tunnel on the floor so I could race and wiggle to my hamster heart's content. Oh, the memories of those 6 weeks with Morgan. That's her real name. But she told her students to call her Miss Mack, and that's how nice she is. Or was. On the weekends, Miss Mack and I had all kinds of adventure. She put me in her shirt pocket, right over her heart, and took me with her to the laundry room. She had friends over and they laughed and made a fuss over me. She even took me for a bike ride once. I could still feel the wind in my fur. I didn't have an inkling until this morning of the unspeakable things she was about to do to me. On the way to work, she said, "Humphrey, I hate to tell you, but this is my last day in room 26, and I'm going to miss you more than you'll ever know." What was she saying? I hung onto my wheel for dear life. You'll see. It's really Mrs. Brisbane's class, but just before school started, her husband was in an accident, so I took over the class. She's coming back for good. Good? I could see no good in what Miss Mack was saying. Besides, I wanted to see the world, Humphrey, she told me. Fine with me. I thoroughly enjoyed all the world I've seen so far and would go to the ends of the earth with Miss Mack. But she wasn't finished yet. But I can't take you with me. All hopes dashed. Completely. Besides, the kids need you to teach them responsibility. Mrs. Brisbane needs you too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here because chapter 1 is a bit long. But hopefully that was a little bit of something you're going to go, ooh, maybe I want to finish the series. And if you do, you can find the Humphrey book on the fiction wall in the back, and you want to look in the letter B. Go through all the B's and you'll find that it says BIR on the call number. Now, like I said, this is the first book in the series, and these are the other books in the same series. There's Friendship according to Humphrey, Trouble according to Humphrey, Surprises according to Humphrey, adventure according to Humphrey, summer according to Humphrey, school days according to Humphrey, mysteries according to Humphrey, winter according to Humphrey, secrets according to Humphrey, imagination according to Humphrey, and spring according to Humphrey. Are you getting the pattern here? Do you see how this hamster really likes to tell us about how he sees the world? All right, once again, this is the world according to Humphrey.